Welcome to Everyone Needs an Aquarius. We are back in the building. Dom, how are you doing on Thanksgiving week?
It is Thanksgiving week. By the time y'all hear this, it will be what?
Past Thanksgiving. But if you subscribe to the membership, you'll have it before Thanksgiving.
You're absolutely
you'll
correct.
have it before Thanksgiving if you subscribe into the membership on the channel. But so what you got going on for Thanksgiving? Like what you got going on?
My sister came in town the other day, so we've been
Janelle.
Yeah, Janelle is in the living room working. We're going to my brother's house, my play brother's house, and then we'll probably stop by some friend's house afterwards, maybe for like a game or two. I don't know, but that's all.
Well, I got family coming to town. Shout out to my auntie Sedaria Morgan. She wants us to make sure she come on the podcast. She wants to do a segment once a month called Auntie Said So.
But is she an Aquarius?
No, she doesn't want to come.
Oh, hell. Okay.
And she was like, shout out to my auntie Sedaria, which is
that's fine. That's fine. Maybe we can figure that out.
She watches every week. So shout out.
Well, thank you for your support.
Yeah. All right. We got a lot of topics, so let's jump right on in. What's going on with this Mario situation with him at a concert going at somebody? We can't play it, y'all, because it's they'll.
It's a little raunchy. So it was a woman. He was performing somewhere, and front row, hands up, and she, with a very visible wedding ring, is feeling all on Mario's crotch area, and he ultimately tells her to stop grabbing on her. But this is a reoccurring thing that we see with these artists that are performing. People, Meg has been assaulted, grabbed on stage by people. Cardi B, you have so many. I could imagine Burna Boy, all these other people have been very aggressively touching these artists as if these people's body parts and private parts belong to them. And I'm telling y'all to keep your hands to yourself, because what if
I mean, didn't Kevin Gates like push somebody down or something like that?
Yes, he did. And then you want to turn around and sue people and all this stuff because sue the artist. And it's like, but you're aggressively, you're invading my personal space. I did not yet, because you bought a ticket does not allow you the right or the access to have a free for all with my body. And I think it's one of those things where, it'd be funny if one day, because if I was an artist and I was performing somewhere and somebody did that to me, I would get security and be like, hey, get them, but hold them and make them think that they are going to meet me or whatever. Like, we should meet backstage. And I'm calling the cops and I'm pressing charges.
I'm calling the cops.
Because there's no way that you could think in your mind that that's okay to do that to somebody.
Do you think this is more of it happened to Meg. We definitely know that. But do you think this is more of a issue with particularly women having their boundaries, on that big scale? It's like, oh, Mario would be cool, me rubbing on his dick.
And it could be like that.
I'm not saying dudes, we love, and this may sound messed up, we essay in private. I try to, we ain't gonna do it on the big stage.
No, I think it's just because it be women and men that have grabbed on Meg and Cardi B. Ooh. But it's also like
people have always been grabbed on, like, oh, it's my favorite person. Hey, that's always been a thing.
Yeah, but there's also, it's like, it's so much. Like, you are aggressive. Like, we all saw the
video. She was rubbing on it though in the video.
She was, yeah.
She was rubbing, like, you like, hold on.
And it's like, what are you doing? And why do you think, like, are you okay?
Like, he got an old lady, right?
And she didn't care. But you got a man. You married. Allegedly. Because, women, sometimes we wear rings to deter people or whatever. But allegedly, she married. Allegedly, and somebody was like, they should find out, figure out who it was, and then tell her husband. So,
the woman was married.
Yeah, she had a wedding ring on.
Oh, I didn't realize she was wilding.
She was wilding, and it's just too much. And I think that sometimes, when it comes to celebrities, like we forget that they're also human beings, and that's just that's a violation. Like you can't, like you wouldn't do that to me on the street.
No. Like
that's weird. I've never gone to a concert and been like, oh my God, let me just rub on Lucky Day's penis.
That's weird. In his dick.
Like, yeah, that's just really weird. That's really weird.
Yeah, it's just like disrespect to artists. It's fine with, what I'm saying, screaming, having a good time, that's a part of being, a fan or fanatic or whatever it may be. But the idea that you just think you can just be on Lucky Day like that, nah.
No, you can't do that to nobody. It's just really weird. Ugh.
All right, look, we got a lot of topics. Like I said, y'all, we finna slide into Juelz Santana was on a podcast, and he says kids need to know financial literacy, but don't need to know how to read. Now, I get him on the financial literacy, but let's just let him talk first before. Let's just let him talk.
I think that shit gonna take over.
Nah, but seriously though,
his voice on
some G shit though, we gotta start teaching our kids though, just financial wealth and literacy and all that shit early, because by the time they get to 9th grade, they should be just learning how to start businesses and how to. But they don't really need to know how to read.
Wait, stop.
I ain't gonna say that. I say that respectfully. I'm not saying that in a way to be literate, because you're not supposed to be illiterate, but you can.
What's more important, reading or math?
Math.
Told you.
Math. I think you could listen to a book on YouTube. You can still obtain the information. And you don't have to know how to read. That's not reading and understanding. I believe common sense is better than everything. I'm a common sense nigga. I'd rather have zero book smarts and common sense, be able to read the room, be able to read life, be able to read people. I try to understand.
All right, hold on. We got one more clip.
No, stop it.
You don't want them to finish explaining themselves? Let them finish explaining themselves, Don. Let them finish explaining themselves.
I'm saying, like, nowadays you can listen to a book. I just listen to the 48 Laws of Power, not to
you gotta read your contract.
Now, I'm gonna stop there. Why is that nigga's always favorite book? And I mean, it's a good book, but why is that nigga's always favorite book is the fucking 48 Laws?
I was gonna get there. But this is. You want to know how I know that he probably really can't read past like a 2nd or 3rd grade level? It's because he didn't read the chart, which would tell him the size of the teeth that they were putting in his mouth. Because had he been able to
the way he's talking
and comprehend that them teeth is too fucking big for his mouth, that's why this is happening. But also, you're slurring your speech. You got a crackhead next to you. That boy can't sit still. Oh, y'all, math. Yeah, okay. Math is also important. But how about we be educated on all 4 fronts, right? To me, it's weird because just like Homeboy's saying, you have to be able to read the contract. Somebody can't read that to you. Like, yes, you have lawyers, and my hope will be that you are using a lawyer outside of whatever industry that you're working in, and someone that's your friend, and so you don't get screwed. But also, a part of reading is context clues, right? Understanding what this means, like what am I digesting? Yes, listening, reading, comprehension, they all go hand in hand, and this is why the children are not our future, because they're listening to motherfuckers like Juelz Santana. Now, I mean, I don't know how many.
Okay, I was just gonna say, like, no distance. I'm not, no shade to Juelz Santana, but I don't know if these younger people, he's not an influencer for the younger cats. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, but he's speaking to people like as a person working.
He's speaking to people that already know how to read, don't know how to read. 38 years old though. Then you're not speaking to
right. So
no 18-year-old kid is not being like, yo, you know what? I want to listen to Juelz Santana. That he's just not. That's not his move right now. Like,
yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just really weird. And as people working in education and seeing like certain shortcomings, this is very still detrimental because this can transcend and go over, because there are people that subscribe to him that think this is still 2000 and what, 3, 4, 5.
Tomorrow when he was popping 01, 02, 01, 02, about 08.
Yeah. But this is but it's not, to be honest, it's just not him spewing this sort of rhetoric. Like, look at our government, look at our president. He can't read. He know 5 words: good, well, fake news, misinformation. No, he don't say misinformation. It should still be fake news. Like, he only knows a handful of words.
Yeah, I mean, in general, man. I mean, I don't think nobody really. It's a dumbass statement. Let's keep it.
It's dumb.
But like, he's trying. I guess he's trying to say like, yo, with this new digital age, you know, you read. But the problem is that there's a certain muscle, like you said earlier, muscle you pull by actually reading material. You like you said, it's different to me just listening to something. Now I can listen to something if I already know how to read, know how to comprehend, if I already have that knowledge, and I can apply that to an audio book because I know how to read and I know how to, like you said, comprehension, understanding what I'm reading and how to deductively reasoning within it. But other than that, like,
I feel like he's also, there's some people that just like to be contrarian for the sake of it. But he probably wouldn't even know what that meant, like what I just said.
Some people are like that. Some people just want to go against the grain.
It's weird.
You know, I mean, because he's oh, I didn't know. I thought he was still married to old girl from Love and Hip Hop. I guess he's not. Shit, my bad.
Oh, Kim Bella. I think she left him like a couple years ago. Finally.
Oh, damn. Okay, I thought they was together. My bad.
What if DOC never got into that car accident? What if Ice Cube didn't leave NWA? What if the Game never leaves G-Unit? What if Teddy Riley never moves to Virginia? What if we got that J. Cole and Kendrick album? What if the RZA would have never had that flood? How would the hip-hop world sound today? Welcome to Hip Hop What Is, the podcast where we dive into the biggest what could have beens in hip-hop history. From iconic album delays to game-changing partnerships that never happened. We reimagine the culture we love and explore its alternative paths. And you are now at Hip Hop What Ifs.
Okay. Because I know she was with him for a long time.
Yep.
She was with him through jail and everything.
Couldn't be me.
Yeah, hey, it is what it is. But you know, Juelz Santana was popping at one time, and this whole thing of like, it's just idiotic. I mean, let's just keep it real. Let's keep it sliding. Your boy Brian McKnight is back. So I don't know what Brian, like, shout out to Droop 314. He said that Brian McKnight is a supervillain, and this is his origin story that we're getting now of like how he became a supervillain. And we're finding out now like he's been fucked up for a long time. All right, so
but I feel like maybe he always been a villain.
No, he's always been a dick. We just didn't know that. We're finding out that he's been a supervillain. Is my point?
Yeah. No, I can agree with you on that. It's just honestly, I've been like Brian McKnight ever since the MySpace days where he tried to educate about coochie.
Let me see how you work.
And I'm like, you're like, no shade, but you too old to be doing this. Just like
that's when I think he start getting bad though.
Just like Smokey Robinson trying to tell us say no to drugs, pretty much, and we're not going to talk about all his scandal and the accusations.
I mean, we talked about it before with the maids and stuff, with the maid or whatever.
Well, it's still a thing. Like now it's a man accusing him, but I was just like,
really?
You know,
Shit.
Oh yeah, Smokey's still in that high water. Okay. But I think what Brian McKnight is, we spoke about this before, and I'm like, he strikes me as a person that, because now you are dabbling in other races, like you're trying to make them feel superior to Black people. And because I
don't know. I just think he's a dick.
No, he can be a dick and dumb and also hate himself.
Well, hold on. We're going to play a clip here from him being on Anton Daniels' podcast or whatnot, discussing his former wife and everything. So here we go with this. And then we're going to talk about Mark Lamont Hill's response to him, because I guess he got mad at Mark Lamont Hill, said that he wasn't smart and he'd debate him.
Families are two prominent families in the Black Adventist Church. We both met at the college where I was going. She came, okay. I was a sophomore, she was a freshman. We kind of started dating. The next year she gets pregnant. This is back when shame was a real thing. I know, yep, I get it. She's back home, she tells me she's pregnant and that she's gonna get an abortion. Because I'm like, yeah, we should probably do that. You're 18, I'm 20. Why would we? I'm just about to start this whole thing. Maybe this is the route we need to go. And she agrees. I'm like, oh, dodged a bullet. I'm going out to sign my deal in California. When I leave there and get back to Huntsville, that's when she called me and said, actually, I didn't have the abortion. So now I'm like, I got to tell my mom. My mother, who played the piano and was singing in the choir every week, you know, in the Seventh-day Adventist Church, if your kid has a baby out of wedlock, you no longer can hold any church office. You can't sing up in front. You can't do it. You are held responsible for whatever the kids do. I honored my mother, and I tried to do the right thing with a woman that I hadn't even known a year yet. We got married in September, baby in November. We had sort of an agreement. You handle this part. I'm not changing diapers. I'm 20 years old. This was not what I expected to do. You made this decision. You're going to handle that, and I'm going to handle this. Yeah. When you make that bargain, you say, hey, you're going to take care of this. This is your responsibility. And they say, got it. And you go and you do what you have to do. You're expecting that to be the case. But we don't realize is that people will tell you whatever it is they want to tell you to keep you there until that first argument. Then the real thing starts to come out. But by then, you're looking at your life. You're like, well, and I had this conversation with my mother, like, why did you have me do this? You tried this. It didn't work. Now you got me doing it. Right. It was tough, but I'm already in it. We separated 4 times before we ended up getting divorced. Ultimately, anyway.
How far into the marriage would you say the first separation?
2 years.
Because you were married for what, 13 years?
Yeah, 13.
So why not just break off? Why stick it out for 13 years?
For the kids. I was never in love with their mother. I wasn't. They weren't made from love to begin with. And I said this before, and people got so mad. This obligation that just because you lay with somebody now, it's sort of an 18-year sentence of some kind, or beyond that, because it's forever. There's resentment there. But at the same time, you do have these children and you want to try to do your best to do right by them. If we were never supposed to be together like this in the first place, but we have these children, we both have to do what's right for them. And you're right. What we should have done was just separated for good then.
What's that nail in the coffin that then leads both of you to come to the conclusion that you guys are no longer good together, regardless of whether or not you have kids or not?
I think we always knew we weren't that. She may have been lying to herself if she thought otherwise. For me, when I realized I could parent those boys without her, I could be a good parent. I could be there for them and I could give them what they needed from me without being married to their mother.
Do you think that the kids were the thing that kept y'all together as long as you were?
Absolutely.
All right, Don. Let me let you go first. Your thoughts on him and part of the reason he feels like his kids were born in sin or from sin. So that's what he's basically trying to excuse in this video.
So I mean, we talk offline about like religion and things like that, and how people's lives are shaped around religion. So to a certain extent, I can understand that and believe that. But also, my thing is, age-old thing. It takes two to tango, and why were you not using protection? And then you married this person because you said it's the right thing to do because you are trying to honor your mother. Even though she, I guess, found herself in a similar situation where it didn't work out for her. But then you proceeded to have another kid.
No, 2 more kids.
That's what I was like, because they have a daughter, right?
Yeah, they have 3. They had 3 kids together. One of them passed away.
I'm like,
Nico.
Yes, and so I was like, you have other kids with this woman over a 13-year span. You guys separated the second year, and I'm like, the interviewer, like, okay, when y'all separated, why not just make that final and keep it moving, and just move on with your life? I think sometimes people like to alter reality, and I'm not saying his feelings are not valid or anything, like if that's how you ultimately felt, but I would think there was something there that was still kind of comfortable for you that made you stay. You were bragging about your children, your wife.
So he had a kid before he got with the daughters from before his wife.
Okay, so the daughter is the oldest. And
yes.
then he lost his son. What was
Nico.
that last year? Nico,
yep.
This year, last
and
year.
Brian Jr. left.
And then he has Brian Jr. And I think it's just kind of messed up. Like I said, I think people like to kind of alter reality a little bit. And it could be a moment in time. But here's my thing too. It's like you've been very vocal and very disrespectful, and then are upset that your children, regardless of how they were made, out of sin, love, it doesn't matter. But it's embarrassing and disrespectful to their mother. So they're supposed to come to the fence like this is not cool. I don't understand. Like the whole weird thing about you having another child, naming him, not her, him, Brian. Yeah, Brian McKnight.
Your middle name, so that it's a real junior.
And it's just really. But again, for me, it goes back to when we talk about like self-hate, or whatever. And I feel like to a certain extent, like you don't hate your ex-wife, you hate yourself because you've allowed yourself to not live. We're gonna say live this life that you ultimately thought you were supposed to have. So you look at your kids like you disowned them, you disrespected them, took them out your will, simply because you're egotistical maniac. Like there's something wrong with Brian. There's literally something wrong with Brian McKnight. Because it's embarrassing and humiliating, and it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad.
Yeah, I mean,
like we talk about legacy. The fact that like now this is now your legacy and we're not talking about your music, that is a problem.
And people have been through these situations since the beginning of time. Like there was no purpose in him dragging his kids, dragging his ex-wife. There was no need to do that. It was just being a dick. Now and I'm gonna play Blind Hill's clip in a second. But I was talking to my friends like, yo, man, I question his new wife for thinking the shit he doing is cool.
But and that's how I feel. That's also how I feel.
Like, yo, so you think it ain't gonna happen to you? Like, you don't think if you jump bad with him that he ain't gonna be talking about fuck your kids? Like, I'm just saying.
There's this other there, but that's still that dynamic when it comes to how black.
As long as you treat my kids okay, it don't matter how the fuck you kids.
It's that, and so, like I said, when we talk about black men, black women, the verses, she probably feels like because she's another, like whatever. I think she's like Asian or some for.
But I don't think this is a race thing with this. I think women have been doing this forever. It is.
I think part of it low key is, but then it goes back to the because think about how he. Also, it's the same, but unconsciously it is. It's the whole mammy complex. Like, think about what he said right there and talking about his mother. And it is, well, you got me out here doing what you did and it didn't work for you. Why would you think it worked for me? But then you still went and did what she said, like what you felt was right to honor your mother so she wouldn't be humiliated and embarrassed. So you have this problem in your life because of your mother. This is a mommy issue thing. And I think for me, I'm just like, I'm also like on the side of Mark Lamont Hill because like you're a fucking asshole. You're a terrible person. Like we don't need to know this information. pay the lady and lay on the couch to talk about it in therapy. Like, we should never know that. I don't think your kids should ever know that. Like, the fact that you out here, you didn't really help take care of like Nico's like expenses while he was battling cancer. Like, you're an asshole. You're a terrible person. And it's gonna be a hot place in hell for you, like, because this is not okay.
Yeah. So
like,
hold on.
regardless of what your beef is with somebody, like the mother, like
It's
that should
bullshit.
never trickle down to your kids.
So during this same interview, Anton Daniels and Brian McKnight kind of went at Mark Lamont Hill because Mark Lamont Hill called him an asshole and saying like, you can't do that to your kids and your ex-wife or whatever, you know.
Right.
So he said that, you know, this guy don't even know me. He doesn't think he can intellectually spar with me. And Mark Lamont Hill responds like this. And now keep in mind, I believe Mark Lamont Hill, he is an intellectual brother, got a PhD, but he also is from Philly. Keep this in mind when you hear this.
Don't keep coming. Oh, we can just stop this right here, my brother. God bless. Brian McKnight, you are an asshole. And that's okay. It's not a beef. We ain't got no issues. You're just an asshole. Since I wasn't going to mention this, but I've interviewed you lots of times. You were rude and nasty to everybody on my crew. Everybody on my team, you were nice to me. But the measure of being an asshole isn't how you treat the host. It's how you treat everybody around him. And you've been a dickhead to them. No disrespect to you, except you're an asshole. I watched a woman come up to you and ask you for an autograph, and you completely ignored and disrespected her and walked off. You're an asshole. But that's not why we're talking about this. So you say, I don't know you. Right. I don't know you. But I don't have to know you to know you're an asshole. I don't get into your family business. Your family business has nothing to do with me, except when you make it public. And when you put your family in public on blast, that might make you an asshole. That's all I'm saying. Don't act like you better than us. You're not. You worse than us. If you want to come up here and debate, I'm sure they would let you debate. But you didn't contact nobody. You're lying, just like your children say you lie. Nigga. It's Mark Lamont Hill, pussy.
So there's some more stuff. If you watch the longer clip, he basically was like, dude, your kids have told me all this different stuff about you. You keep talking, I'm going to expose it.
Yeah,
like, I've talked to your kids, and they didn't told me and showed me receipts of your other foolish ways. So,
but that's the thing. It's like, you're mad that now because you made something public, it's up for public scrutiny.
You thought you was gonna shit on them, and it's all good.
And you thought that people were gonna have your back. No, you're wrong. Like, you are absolutely wrong. And so it's like I said, bring back shame, because nigga, what the fuck? Ugh.
Yeah, like I said, man, I gotta question.
I'm like, listen, you don't really want the internet to handle you how they should, because your ass will really be starting back at one.
He said that though in a longer clip. He was like, you can't be mad at us because you try to start back at one with your son. You know,
hello,
with your new son.
Listen,
look, and if you are, to me, honestly, and I'm just gonna be honest with this. Yo, if you defending this motherfucker Brian McKnight at this point, man, you are full of shit ass nigga. I'm sorry, and let me do that as a man talking out to other men. Yo, if you think that, and it's because niggas have been in comments, even we did the other segment talking about, well, we don't know the full story. I don't need a full story when I see a nigga being an asshole.
What's the full story is
I don't have
another kid, Brian McKnight.
And even in saying that, like, even in regards of I've married my wife for some nefarious reasons or reasons that weren't good, I still love my kids. That's who I am.
Because that makes sense. That makes sense.
Like, stop it, man. Like, just stop it. It's just, and it really pisses me off, man, because yo, that your son died, and it's just asshole behaviors, man. And I'm glad. And look, I ain't gonna front. Brian McKnight, your music is dope as fuck, but I have no problem with a lot of your shows being canceled, my nigga. I'm sorry.
Which has happened, and I'm like, oh, well.
Yeah.
It's like the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme song.
Yeah.
Like, well.
I mean, it's just weird old shit to me, man. And I don't get it. It's just, and maybe it's not for me, man. Like I said, maybe it's not for me.
You have integrity.
Yeah, I mean, like, it just frustrates me, man. Especially, like, I go to war for my daughter. You know what I mean? Like, I can, even if she didn't give a fuck about me, I'm never gonna talk bad about her. Even if she later on in her life she started being on some bullshit, I'm never gonna talk about her by any means on that level like that, because I love my daughter regardless of whatever me and her mother, whatever. I love my daughter.
Right.
Simple enough said, man. All right, your boy Pharrell, yo. What? I'm gonna play this real quick. Pharrell's in hot water. I don't want to say hot water. Just there's this debate on Pharrell. Okay, all right. We're just gonna play what Pharrell had to say about this.
Like despise them. It's a magic trick that it's not real. I don't believe in either side.
All right, so that's the small clip. He's basically saying he doesn't believe in politics. He doesn't believe in either side. You should just be good and be able to do what you can get through things by just your talent alone. If your talent is at a high level, that is basically what he was saying. Dom, you brought this to the table.
But we know as Black people that's not our reality. And then what happens is that you get people like Pharrell, ASAP Rocky, because let's not forget, ASAP was one of the people
that was before he got jammed up.
The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a show for 80s babies who were 90s kids. If you were a No Limit soldier, then this is your show. If you believe that Cash Money is not an army but was a Navy, this is the show for you. If you and your friends ever tried to sing a song written by Escape, In Vogue, Shy, or Boyz II Men at a talent show during middle school, this is your show. The I Only Listen to 90s Music podcast is a bunch of 80s babies talking about all the songs and things that we loved when we were kids and teenagers. So if you went to the skating rink and you were at a lock-in, this is the show for you. If you think that Tevin Campbell was the original Prince of R&B, this is the show for you. If you don't understand the conflict between Monica and Brandy, but you're kind of on Monica's side and understand why Brandy got punched, this is the show for you. Make sure that you tune in, subscribe, click the little subscribe link. We're here. We're going to talk about all things 90s music. This is the show for you.
Well, no, it was like you said something about jammed up.
Yeah, when he got jammed up in Europe, he got his nigga wake up call.
But you know, like it was like multiple times that he said stuff that was kind of out of pocket in regards to Black people, Black Lives Matter movement, at the height of Ferguson, Mike Brown, you know, everything. Mm-hmm. But I think that sometimes they come so disillusioned with reality. And someone like Pharrell that's been famous so long, and you come from a place where there's certain things that have afforded you an opportunity to be able to speak up in spaces, simply because you are Black, we're going to say air quotes power. But I would challenge him in regards to that statement, because that's just not the reality for Black people. We're consistently passed up all the time for some mediocre ass person, or an idea is stolen. Like we see it all the time, even, you know, as far as like the Kardashians buying designs and stuff from these small independent Black designers, and then they go mass produce the product without just doing a collaboration. Like, oh, we like this. We would like to, could you design something for my line? Like, we'll pay you X, Y, like, let's work this out. It's something that's simple, but instead of doing something like that, you just rather go and take. And because you feel like you're this person that has this huge mass following, which I don't know, like I said, I don't know how there are Black women that still even subscribe to that world, because this is an age-old thing that consistently happens all the time. And you're saying, oh, you should be talented, you have to be this, you have to be that, but you're still feeding into the narrative of what white supremacy has inflicted and instilled upon us. Like, you have to be twice as good, you have to do this and that. Like, you know, you're not talking about just genuine like labor, being neck eye to eye with somebody. And because that's not the reality for us, which is why these programs existed, to allow us and afford us the opportunity to just even get in these rooms to hit meetings with people. And even still, when it came to DEI, white women still benefited more than black people. Black people benefit like I think it was 6%. Is the percentage of that we like benefited from.
Mm-hmm. That's a very true. That's a true statement.
And so even still, like this idea that is created that's supposed to help black people, people of color, trans people, gay people, whatever, we still had such a small piece of the pie. And now to take that away, it takes so much from people that look like us. Like there's a reason why there are over 300,000 black women that have been laid off from their jobs this year alone. And being a person that's one of them.
Woo, talk on it.
But that's what I mean. So for me, like I said, honestly, we've been looking at Pharrell different and kind of side-eye anyway, since his whole, how he played Chad.
Oh, I was going back to how he didn't want to pay the Marvin Gaye estate.
Okay, that too. But for real, Chad. Like, so I think it's one of those things.
And this is one of them things where niggas get too rich and they don't have.
But it's funny because even whenever he said, it was something else that he said, and somebody made a comment because we always used to joke about how Pharrell never ages, and they was like, whatever, ever since he said that statement. Because it was something similarly to like him like being disassociated, like because he has like he can't relate or understand like the movement. It was like ever since he said that, now he started to age. It was like that sucked the life out of him.
Oh damn!
So it's not a cool. But like I said, you can't like you always have to have your foot in what's going on. And I think for him to say that it's just very, very capitalist, white supremacist, and fucked up.
And you know what? Maybe Pharrell can learn from this, though. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe he can learn from this.
Willie,
situation. Maybe he can. Maybe he can.
Maybe.
Because people have been getting on his ass. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he can learn from this.
He's just gonna log off the internet, and it's one of those things where people never learn until it directly impacts them. Unfortunately, he strikes me as that type of person. Hopefully, maybe he'll be out of Louis Vuitton soon. Maybe they'll replace him with the white. And then he'll see. I hate to say that. The shit ain't that great anyway, but I mean, okay, that's a lot. Some of the shit is dope, but then I heard some of that shit was leftover stuff from Virgil Abloh.
I mean, it could be.
There's that. I don't wish you anything in life. Don't wish you anything.
Yeah, no, man. Pharrell, I mean, just have that's why you should always have somebody in your camp that keeps you a little conscious in general of like, yo, man, you may not like this is what's really going on, and just feeding you that now, especially when you could pay for it and have somebody just, and not even saying pay for it, of like just like, yo, man, you my dude, just make sure I'm staying on point with what's going on in the streets.
Yep.
Like what's really going on out there. That's your job.
That's simple.
Yeah, you got to be more conscious of it. All right, let's go. This is a segment I want to call Summer Walker Ain't Shit.
Don't be talking not too much on my girl.
Look, I've been talking about her for a grip. People been hating on me, saying why I don't like her music. I don't like her music for real. Even though I give her the what is the joint that's that came out of was Soul of a Heart of a Woman.
Mm-hmm.
That song's pretty dope. Can't front on that. But what she represents to me in general as an R&B artist, and especially in this landscape we're in now, and how messy she is and all that. So I'm gonna play this and everything. So she's into a thing with Rich the Kid right now. I guess I barely know what Rich the Kid is. I'm not gonna lie about that.
Couldn't tell you a song.
Yeah, but I know he's with this other chick that a whole bunch of dudes send me her pictures from Instagram, Brie or something or whatever, or Tori Brie. Like, but a lot of people be sending me stuff. She's one of those Instagram girls. That's the only thing I know about the situation. So, but here's Summer Walker sending him a voice note, allegedly, about their relationship.
I'm sending you this right now because I'm 50, and they say when you're 50, your true self and your true feelings come out. Because I don't know. I don't want to wait till tomorrow and I don't say it. I miss you. And
oh, hold on, my bad. Let me start that over. I clicked the wrong thing, y'all. Sorry.
And I was like, I love you and what?
Yeah, hold on. My bad.
sending you this right
I'm gonna fast
now.
forward a little bit. There we go.
Your true self and your true feelings come out. Because I don't know. I don't want to wait till tomorrow and I don't say it. I miss you. And I want to see you. And I want to hang out. And I'm honestly really glad. I know it probably sounds fucked up, but I'm really glad everything worked out how it worked out, because I want you to be with your family. Like when we were in Italy and I kept saying that to you, I was like, why aren't you with your baby mom? Like, I'm not gonna bother y'all, I promise. Because y'all was never gonna stop fucking with each other anyway. That's why I just kind of just fucked our shit up, because she was acting crazy. She's always acting crazy. She be fighting people and everything, calling the flower shop looking for the address. Like, I don't have time for that shit. I can't have a serious relationship with someone when their baby mama act like that. So I'm so glad that y'all are back together. I want y'all to be together forever, and I just want to fuck with you. You know, when you have time, we always have a good time. You treat me so good. I treat you so good. And I'm not gonna bother y'all. Like, you can buy me a fucking new phone, because you don't know the number, and save it under Pizza Hut for all I care. I'm not gonna post shit. Nothing. So
all right, so let me set more of the scale on everything, because I had to go deep dive on this before I really,
You said I had to go deep dive.
So, because I don't know this world. But so supposedly she was befriending his girlfriend, his fiance too, and being cool with her too and shit. This the real salt of the game. She was acting like they was cool, asking her, is everything cool? You know, how y'all doing? Y'all need anything? Blah, blah, you know, acting like they all just homies and shit. This is where this is coming. This is where, and then the whole thing of like, this goes back to the topic we didn't discuss of her, like, oh, she was saying like, I don't need no nigga. Basically, niggas is supposed to be used and dispersed or whatever. And my whole thing was, once again, like we talked about with the Brian McKnight situation, what you think she think about? That's how she thinks about humans in general. If she moving like that, she ain't no girl's girl either. If you moving like that. Because you don't care about humans like that. If you're like everyone, all men are dispensable. All men are just, you're just supposed to just run through their pockets and do whatever. That means you think humans are the dispensable. Now, if you say like certain niggas, certain persons, certain people, whatever, I don't know. But you just say all men or this is all they, then that means you don't care about humans.
Oh my God, you're being so dramatic.
I know. I had to do a deep dive.
I feel like it's particular. But also, I know in Tory Bricks, like exposing her, and like I said, like you was trying to be cool with me, but you really fucking with my man behind my back, whatever. Like, not mad at her exposing her, but also I was like, now we're like, and not giving. And
in general, this shit happens all the time, yo. The only reason I'm like, this just because it's out there, because this shit happen all the time. She drunk, it's raining, you can hear the fucking windshield.
I was like, how you driving and doing the bus now? Like, I know your kids in the car, but I'm not giving Summer Walker a pass.
Here we go.
No. Because we know Summer Walker, like when she was dating London on the track, like he wasn't seeing his kids, and she called him out about that shit. Like, you have to be able to have, like, if we're gonna be seeing each other, like, you gotta prepare your relationship with their baby mama so you can see your kids. So she was like very active and present, you know, in doing that, to turn around and get burned by him. And then like you go on to another guy, you had these kids, these twins, you're supposed to love him and blah 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 blah. I wonder if Summer Walker is now at the end of her ropes being a lover girl and it not working out in her favor. I give my all to these men. I pour so much into them and it's not reciprocal. It's not reciprocated to me. Okay. And so now I'm just going to treat these niggas like the tricks that they are. And it's certain men, because I think genuinely this the unfortunate thing that happens with people in the industry. Y'all like to date certain niggas. And which is also how you have certain women that get passed around, certain men that keep popping up, passed around or whatever. Y'all don't really kind of venture outside of y'all comfort zone of what y'all know. Like you live in Atlanta, y'all can say it's oh my God, Atlanta has so many gay people. Okay, yeah, but there's just as many straight men there that have sense and that are quality men that have like great traits that are there, right? So for me, I'm like wondering if she's one of those things. You know how like men, it'll take y'all like one time. Oh, this black girl broke your heart in high school.
Right. Back in '80s.
And next thing you know, you ain't never dating a black girl again. So I wonder if that's kind of like where Summer Walker is, because when you hear her first two albums to this album where she's finally over it, it is like she's in her bag of being a nigga. Like, I want to spend a couple dollars, or you know what I mean. So, but
the thing is, though, but remember the whole idea I think around her was that she was a girl's girl, and but
that's what I'm saying. Like now. But that's what I'm saying. Like now you are compromising your morals and your goals to not give a fuck because you've been so heartbroken. And I'm not making an excuse for her. She too needs to pay the lady and lay on the couch. You know what I mean? And figure out like, hey, why do I keep choosing these ain't shit ass niggas? I don't know what her relationship is with her, with her daddy or whatever. Maybe, she saw something going on with her parents. I don't fucking know. We don't know. But she has to figure that out. Like, why do I keep choosing men that are not good for me? Because that's a her thing. So now you out here like, oh, you can give me a phone where, she don't know you have. Like, do you know how crazy that sounds? But I also feel like part of it is, it's like I said, it's her.
Then she's trying to troll because she made her name Miss Pizza Hut on Instagram now.
Yeah. So I mean. I think it's one of those things where it's like she's operating from a place of hurt and not logic, which is also very dangerous.
I mean, I'm cutting her a little bit of slack. She's only 29 years old.
That's still too old. You know better. 29 is
you're still too damn old.
Too old to be acting like that. And you got like 3-4 kids. Girl, get it together.
Because at some point you can't. Every individual is an individual. You have to treat them on an individual basis.
Yeah.
At the same time, you saying fuck it. Like I said, she's at the point where she's saying fuck everybody to me. That's the way
she's at that point. I think that's honestly the Summer Walker that we're seeing.
Yeah, so like that's like I told all y'all that she was on this bullshit. And people was trying to talk bad about the brother that I don't like new R&B, even though I like Kalani's new song.
The Folded song or the latest song?
I like that. Folded. I like that.
Out the window. You might like Out the Window.
That's the first Kalani song I actually remember in my life.
I know, because I was like, oh, I didn't know. She got the song with Lucky Day that's fire.
Yeah, no, I like that one. Talking about solo songs.
Yeah.
Because I believe the great produced this song. Okay, maybe it's not who I think it was. I know. I forgot. From not Cool and Dre. Dre and Vidal.
Underdogs.
Dre and Vidal that got Jill Scott her start, and like Bilal and all that scene in Philly.
I thought it was the Underdogs, but okay.
But Dre and one of the Dre or Vidal, one of them is on this. Okay. A producer writer on this.
Okay.
I don't know which one it is offhand. But I like this song. So it's not like y'all. I don't like new young R&B. So I like Baby Rose too. But that is it for her though. All right.
I think she just hurt. That's all.
Yeah, but at some point, man.
But like like I said, you can either. It's a violation, but it's one of those things where she's just repeating what men are doing to her and probably what other women have done to her. So it's kind of like how Cardi B is like, I was cool with bitches and they was going around fucking my man. So, you know, and I'll be rooting for you and we have a relationship and I thought we was cool. But this also goes back to everybody ain't your motherfucking friend.
And it comes to the maturity though, too.
Yep.
It comes to maturity. All right. We said this wasn't going to happen probably for a while, but it's back, y'all. All right, Dom. Surviving Diddy is back. Quick segment on that. 50 Cent has dropped. We can't put that clip in there because they're gonna block us. But he has dropped a teaser, not the trailer, a teaser for the documentary he has been teasing for 2 years now. But he didn't call it Surviving Diddy. He called it what did he call it?
The Reckoning.
The Reckoning.
It's The Reckoning. It is a story about people's, I guess, experiences with Diddy, talking about you can't always hurt people. So it's just a quick teaser that is on the Strong Black Leads page, which is a part of the Netflix conglomerate. So I will definitely, we'll definitely be tuning in to see if there'll be any, more new information that we possibly did not know before, because the other two, like Hulu and Max did, or actually not Hulu, it was Peacock and Max that did the documentaries that we both watched, where it was they were done really, really well. So I'd be interested to see who 50 Cent is able to talk to, because the interesting thing about those two documentaries, it really did not talk to any of the victims directly. So so I'd be interested to see if we will get new people that'll be open and comfortable to speak out against him.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting because 50's a dirty motherfucker, man.
He's a dirty motherfucker.
So I don't even know. He might find his third grade teacher that said he did something. He killed a dog in the backyard, and then we didn't even know about it. Look, and he took time with his too. And they just got voices. They ain't even got no visuals. I'm just like, oh, you dirty dog, 50. Oh Lord.
Yeah.
And then in other Surviving Diddy news, I guess that allegedly People Magazine or National Enquirer People Magazine was reporting that Diddy's 7 children are trying to get the estate from his mother.
Yes. And the issue here is that the children are saying, and again, it's the National Enquirer, so we don't know how true, but I feel like in this day and age, you got to do. They hadn't had too many lawsuits.
Yeah.
So some of this has to, but it's just like, they were saying that according to the National Enquirer, insiders claim that Diddy's 7 children are hiring their own attorney in an effort to seize control of his estate, which is $400 million from Janice Combs. And they're saying that Diddy kids have continued to live their lavish lifestyle, from private jet trips across the world to designer shopping spree and beachside vacations. And somebody was like, jet fuel is not cheap. Diddy has not granted power of attorney or created a living trust, which is weird. By the way, I would have thought he, of all people, would have that.
You'd be surprised when people die, man. I'm talking about rich people, and they ain't got no.
Yep.
No.
And then they said a move attorney Matthew Erskine says would reduce family conflict. So yeah, and so it sounds like the grandmother is like, y'all doing too much and not enough, and like y'all blowing through this money. If this is true, if allegedly,
yeah,
we want to be heavy on the allegedly and the ifs.
Yeah, it's it's Diddy, so everything's up for grabs at this point.
Yeah, but I'm like, y'all can't blow through. And it's possible, especially in this economy, to blow through $400 million in 4 years. He get out in 4 years.
And it's 7 of them too. It ain't 2.
It's like, it's one thing if it's like, oh, I'm the executor of this estate and this is how this gonna go. All of us, we gotta minimize, because not like daddy is bringing in all this money. There's, I'm pretty sure, some royalties, some contracts that people are still paying him on, potentially. But we have to be mindful of our spending, and we have to, because next thing you know, they're gonna be trying to sell off houses and shit to recoup.
Yeah. Did you see the Nicki Minaj, the judge trying to make her sell a house right now?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
that's for a lawsuit.
Yeah, because you remember it was the whole thing, like with that girl that
from the original that her husband S.A. Yeah.
Hey, like, there's no reason for her to harass that girl. Like, that's not your shit. That's your husband's shit. And you have a brand, like, people, like I told you, people don't like money enough for me, and that's weird.
They like the fame more than the money. That's the problem.
That's true.
All right, this is our last 2 stories. One of our stories is too serious. But I do want to give a shout out to the young lady from Clark, Atlanta, that was assaulted by a gentleman from Morehouse outside.
I'm Doja. They sleep. Yeah, we part of Just Posted Podcast, man. The best show on this network. Come on, check, girl.
Seriously, man. Just Posted. It's just me and Doja sitting back talking about what the fuck going on in the world and the streets.
We said labor of love. He said labor of love. I ain't say that shit. Shout out to, you know what I'm saying, everybody coming to watch, though, man. We really appreciate y'all. Holla at y'all later.
Hey, man, this nigga just tall for no reason.
I'm gone.
And he do regular jobs. Don't forget that.
And he beat her down, threw around everything. Maybe we can cover that next week as they come out with more details on that. But we're running up on time, so this is. I know we have lots of white listeners, and we appreciate y'all. Like, seriously, we do. Like, seriously, like, I appreciate y'all. But yo, this next story is literally whiteness at the highest level. To think that they can pull this off, and I'm just going to let it play.
Federal grand jury indicted 2 North Texas men accused of plotting to invade a foreign island, kill the men, and take the women as sex slaves.
Prosecutors say one of the men enlisted in the Air Force to get military training he thought he needed. Fox 4's Blake Hansen in our newsroom tonight with these stunning allegations. Blake.
Yeah, Stephen Heather, federal prosecutors say the suspects didn't plan to go it alone. In fact, the feds say they plan to recruit people who are homeless in Washington, D.C. to serve on their, quote, expeditionary force and take over a small Haitian island. The grand jury indictment handed up today charges 21-year-old Gavin Weisenberg from Allen and 20-year-old Tanner Thomas from Argyle with conspiracy to murder, maim, or kidnap in a foreign country, as well as a charge of production of child pornography. Record show Weisenberg was booked into the Collin County Jail in July. We've not been able to find a mugshot for Thomas. Prosecutors say he was in the U.S. Air Force at the time. The place they are accused of plotting to invade is called Gonave Island. It is part of the Republic of Haiti. It's not small. In fact, that island has about 87,000 residents. Prosecutors say Weisenberg and Thomas plan to lead that expeditionary force by sailboat to the island, murder the men, take control of the island, and then turn the women into sex slaves, according to prosecutors. The feds say the plan dates back to August of last year. They say Weisenberg enrolled in a Rockwall Fire Academy to learn command and control protocols, but flunked out in February. They say he then traveled to Thailand to learn how to sail, but didn't enroll in the school due to the cost. The feds say Thomas, meanwhile, enlisted in the Air Force in January and in March, changed his station assignment from Germany to Maryland to better coordinate the invasion and recruit the homeless population in D.C. We reached out to attorneys listed for Weisenberg and did not hear back. We could not find attorneys listed for Thomas. Prosecutors say they face up to life in prison if convicted on the conspiracy to murder charge. Stephen, Heather.
All right, Blake Hansen in the newsroom.
So I love how Fox Soul was like, "Oh, we found him."
Yeah,
we
gonna put it up on there. Yo, this is a movie.
It is.
This is a comedy though. This is like one of those Seth Rogen, Pineapple Express type movies. Because these motherfuckers woke up one day, was like, yo, you know what we should do? We should take over an island with 70,000 people on it. 70,000 people on it. And you know, we can do it because you know what? We white. Because we can just think of the most craziest shit.
But that's how colonialism works.
Yeah, but this one wasn't even smart.
This happened in real life.
Yeah, but no one did it with 2 people, and then you recruiting homeless people in Maryland. Like, this is not even feasible. But they was like, we can do this though. This is sitting there high, being like, you know what? Let's just take over another country. And then we make all the women sex slaves. And then we can just make money off being a sex slave country.
Right.
Kind of like a drug country.
All the men.
Yeah, we're gonna get all the men. And even if you got 20 homeless men to sign up, there are 70,000 people on this. And then you still gotta deal with Haiti right over there. You think they're gonna let you take an island is all good. You know, you got us. You took our country, you took our island. Y'all white boys, y'all got it. You got it. No mas. We're done. Like, this is a movie. This is a comedy. This is a comedy.
Right. No, I mean, yes, I get what you're saying, but I'm like, okay, we need to see the full out plans. Like, who was y'all gonna go? Like,
that's the thing. That's the comedy of it. We're gonna recruit homeless guys. It's almost like dodgeball, but like on like this level. Like, we just want to recruit people from the area, and they just gonna want to be down with us because our idea is so grand.
Jesus, take the wheel. Like, I mean, but these are the like.
It's like, amazing.
I can't say that on the air, so never mind. I can't.
But it's amazing. This is one of those amazing stories that people gotta tap into. I'm plugged in for this. If nobody else don't write the script, I'm writing it because this is a comedy.
Okay, well, I'm rooting for you.
Of like, hey man, you know what? Let's take over Haiti. What?
I'll be the newscaster that's breaking the news.
Look, this is a comedy and it's amazing. As we wrap up, this one's gonna be a little bit longer of a video. Dom sent me this. This is like a job thing from hell. We gonna play it for y'all. It's a little bit longer, but you're gonna be in after you get started. You're gonna be in.
Am I the asshole for putting a hidden camera in my office? I know this sounds bad, but please reserve judgment until you read my story. I, 35 female, am a Moroccan living and working in the US. I work for a big corporation with worldwide locations. When I started working, there was a colleague of mine, male 37, who always made jokes about being in love with me. I knew these weren't just jokes, but his way of telling me he was interested. I don't shit where I eat, so I just ignored it. He then started calling me his almond eye, and I always corrected him and told him to call me by my name. I told him that if he wouldn't stop, I would start to call him banana nose. Listen, I don't know why I said that because his nose is normal. It's just something that came into my mind. He laughed it off, but he never called me that again. For 2 months, we've had a new colleague, male 36. I was working from home the first days he started, and when I met him, he was very distant, acted as if he didn't like me. Don't get me wrong, I'm a very nice person, so for me, this was weird, but I respected him in his space, so I didn't make an effort to see what was going on. Last week, I discovered he made a huge mistake. I can't go into details about what, because you would guess the corporation, but it was a big one. Even though he acted like a jerk to me, I didn't want him to get in trouble, so I stayed in the office with him until midnight passed to solve the issue, and I never reported it. But then, when I got up to leave, he asked me to wait because he wanted to talk to me. He asked why I hated him so much. My flabber was gasted. I asked him what he meant, because in my opinion, he was the ass. He started telling me that the first day he got here, he was mentored by Banana Nose, and he told him to watch out for her, because she is Muslim and has told everyone over and over again that gay people should be banned. First, sir, I came from Morocco to work here. Who the hell am I to want to ban someone? Secondly, my religion teaches me to accept and respect everyone. New guy went on to say that he has had doubts after tonight because I could have fed him to the wolves, but instead helped him out. But then came the worst part. New guy told me that Banana Nose goes into my office when I work from home and get this, sits naked on my chair, to punish me for being a prude. I asked New Guy to not tell anyone what he told me, and now I want to get a hidden camera and install it in my office. I want to first ask HR if it's not against the office policy, but yeah, I definitely want to catch his ass. Literally. Would I be the asshole if I did that? So update. Well, it's very nice meeting all of you. I never in my life read so many ideas to make someone's butt itch or hurt.
Itching powder. Yum, yum, yum.
The things that we can achieve if we just work together. I had to talk to HR. I requested an urgent meeting. I didn't tell them everything because I know what they would do, and they would investigate and then come back with, it was just a rumor. Banana Nose is very loved, and I don't want to put New Guy in a bad place. So I told them, I'm afraid someone might be sneaking into my office because all my stuff gets misplaced. Since I have a higher position at this company, they took it really serious, really fast. So my dear comfies, camera is in place, and I will be working from home the next couple of days. Update number 2. Let's just get right into it.
Let's get into it.
Hi, everyone. I guess thanks for being curious and creative. Before I get to the update, I would like to explain where my office is and how Banana Nose was able to do what he did. My office is at the end of the hall. The only room that's facing my office is a utility room / supply closet. We have all the offices on the same floor, and with we, I mean the members of our team. I know it might sound naive of me, but I never questioned New Guy. I never told him anything about how Banana Nose treats me and how he calls me a prude, so for him to make that leap seemed excessive. Now for the update. Today was my first day working from home since the cameras were placed. After working for a few hours, I got a call from HR to come to work. My heart was beating so fast, I literally can't remember how I got there. The nerves were eating at me. I got to the HR department, which is one floor above us, and I noticed everyone was staring at me. The head of the department was sitting in the room with a couple of other people. They started talking. I couldn't listen. Things like, we as a company, blah, blah, blah. I stopped them and I said I couldn't bear listening to a TED Talk, and I wanted to know what was going on. Last night, when I already went home and the camera was installed for maybe an hour, Banana Nose entered my office. HR asked if I wanted to see the video or if I just wanted them to explain what happened. As if it's a nature documentary, I told them I definitely wanted to see the video.
Roll it.
I will first start by saying what I saw objectively. Banana Nose entered my office and the door behind him was still open. He looked over his shoulder as if he was talking to someone while taking his pants off. Then it happened. He sat on my chair, butt-ass naked. He took some candy from my desk and he started dancing on my chair, rubbing his butt in my chair's DNA. I got sick to my stomach, but then he took my pens one by one and licked them. It looked like he was still talking. There was no sound, so I wasn't sure. Then the worst thing happened. 2 years ago, I lost my 7-year-old niece to cancer. On my desk is a picture of her and the last time we got to hug. So you can clearly see it's not only a child, but a sick one. This evil man rubbed his penis all over my picture frame and laughed so hard. He took out his phone, made a call, and then left. I started crying like a baby. I feel violated. I feel used. I feel unsafe. HR guy was talking, but I didn't hear anything. I saw myself in the reflection of the window and I stopped. Wiped away my tears, and I asked what the next steps are. HR said Banana Nose was asked to come in later and they would fire him on the spot. It seemed to me like they thought that was enough for me. I told them firing him is step 1. I wanted to know who he was talking to and demanded to see the security tapes for the hallway. You can't see into my office on these tapes, but I know for a fact you can see who is standing in the hallway. HR accepted my request and asked security for the tapes. It takes some time, but they expect to get it sometime tomorrow. For now, I feel unsafe everywhere I go. When I got in my car, all I could think about was, maybe he was in my car. Maybe he was in my home. I know that sounds crazy, but I feel crazy. I will do my best to update you all. For now, I don't know what I need. Thank you. So update number 3, maybe final update. First, I want to thank everyone. Your support and your kind words helped me when I couldn't sleep. Having this feeling of being alone, may it come back to you to benefit your lives, each one of you. I don't know where to start. Forgive my brain giving up on me. It has been a lot. Yeah. I have viewed the tapes and what I saw was, I don't know. It was clear he was talking to someone. I too thought it could be the new guy, but it wasn't. New guy was seen on the tapes at the beginning of the haul, turning his back and leaving. Banana Nose was giving a show in my office for 3 of my coworkers, 1 male, 2 female. 2 of them I trained. All 3 of them I helped when they made many, many mistakes. They stood by the door while he danced and filmed him. One of the females started to fist pump. It was disgusting.
Oh my gosh.
Before going to HR to view the tape, I did my research. I read in my contracts that when there is a conflict of serious nature that can't be solved, then it needs to be taken to the board for review and judgment. I knew that if I asked them all to be fired, that it wouldn't be a problem because, like I said, many, many mistakes. So I came up with a different idea. I asked for compensation from the firm and all parties involved of $1 million per person. I know, ridiculous enough to get them in front of the board. And I can't wait to show these tapes in front of 11 rich old men and 1 female who all have a lot of influence in our field of business. But most of all, I can't wait to look them in the eye and ask them why. I know their answer wouldn't change anything, but it would give away who they truly are. Banana Nose isn't fired yet. When I got home after our meeting, HR told me they want to wait until they have the full story, so nothing was unanswered. After today, I asked them not to fire him because the board meeting would be useless. And if he quits, he will lose all of his benefits. So this way, he has little choice but to show up to the meeting where I will do my dance. I don't know if I'll stay at this company, even though I love to work here, because I can't believe that there is any way where it would be possible for a new guy to know this information and all of my colleagues not. Yesterday, I drove to the new guy's house. I told him I never mentioned his name. I want him to have peace and not be afraid that other people will act out against him as some sort of vengeance. His secret is safe with me. Some people asked what I would do if someone read this from work. Let me just say this. I work with a bunch of nerds, but not the good kind that's on Reddit, but the bad kind that thinks TMZ is what keeps you up to date. They use words like whatever. I bet you can picture them now.
Yeah. I don't know what these people are.
And if you do show up here and you read all of this, so be it. I couldn't cope without all of you. I have no family here, and I thought my coworkers were my friends. I guess we all make mistakes. Again, thank you guys for everything. I kind of love you guys. Just make sure you never say whatever.
What are you talking about, OP? What are you saying?
And then the finale. Dear Comfies, an hour ago I got the news that everyone involved quit their job. They got the notice that they have to appear in front of the board, and they didn't want to do that. By everyone involved, I mean also one other person that was not on the tape but knew of it and was involved on different occasions. This was something that happened frequently. When they first had to come to HR and watch the tapes, they said it was just a joke that got out of hand. One of them even tried to say that I knew of it. They wanted to first keep their jobs and ask for a group session to work things out. But when HR said there would be a board meeting, they resigned the next day. As for me, I handed in my notice, but this wasn't accepted. The company offered me a better paying job in a different location. They will help me with relocation and everything. I'm glad that I got this chance. Since I have a more senior position, I need a well-rounded, trustworthy assistant. I asked for the new guy. They agreed with it, and the new guy was very excited. Our relocation is closer at his boyfriend's house, and I'm glad that I don't have to leave him behind in a toxic work environment. I guess this is my final update. I decided not to sue. I don't ever want to think about what he did ever again, and I don't want to ever put my energy towards this kind of toxicity. And I know one thing for certain, you get what you give. Thank you for all your loving messages. I wish nothing but the best to all of you.
All right, Don. That's from the comfort. I want to give them a shout out. This is from the Comfort Level Podcast. What you got?
Maybe I still would have sued them motherfuckers. I would have did what I got done.
Well, and my second question is, what kind of company you think this is?
I think it's some sort of tech company for sure.
Yeah.
If she said something, it would have gave away where she worked.
Yeah.
But I think for sure, definitely that you're dealing with white men that can't take it. Like it just, she said nerds and not the good kind. So I just really think she still should have sued. Because even still, like this, still we know how HR works. HR works for the company, and them not even allowing her to quit. You know, like, hey, we're gonna do this for you. This reminds me kind of of the morning show.
I haven't watched it yet, but I know the show you're talking about.
Yeah, where there's a scene where this girl goes to report something, and she don't even go to HR. She goes to the motherfucking CEO, the president of the company, and the president gives her a promotion in order, and you know, in exchange for her not telling. And so, which ultimately will end up backfiring like later down the line. But that's what I think of. I'm like, no, girl, like just having that on record on fire, like, and she could still later, if they try to retaliate against her or try to push her out.
They came into her for some years.
They came for a while, but I just would have still sued them, and girl went to go live a comfortable life back home.
Yeah, because and you know what? I could see them. She was a foreign woman. She probably wasn't maybe necessarily getting their style of living and how they were, and they just fucked with her.
Yeah, but you know, but also, if I tell you I don't want to talk to you, I'm not like, we have to be professional. Like, I'm not interested. They don't give you the right to go up in my motherfucking office and put your ass and your balls on my seat, to lick stuff, put your penis everywhere, like there's like you're sick. And to be honest, like I talked about people going to jail for grabbing people. I was like, baby, you would be a sex offender.
Yeah, because I
have you on camera at my job, like being malicious, and for what? Because I don't want to talk to you. You can't be that mad. Your ego ain't that crushed. It's a million other women in the world that you could talk to. And that's why I was like, people don't be getting mad about shit enough for me. I'm just supposed to let this go.
Supposed to let it ride.
Baby, couldn't be me, because I'd be like, because the way, like, I've been in a situation where I've had an aggressive.
But it's so bad though, Don. Think about it. It's so bad. Somebody wasn't even on the tape. They got scared. They weren't even on the. That's how much it was out there in the ecosystem of the company. No motherfucker just gave up and quit, and they weren't even on it. They weren't even. They knew it. Like, dude, I don't even know what's gonna come out at this meeting with the board.
I feel like probably one of them girls told. Somebody's probably told, and his name, that person's name came up. So the same thing.
You think it was like, okay, Chris was there too. On some occasions.
Yep.
Oh yeah. So somebody dimed out, and it was like, oh shit, I'm out then.
Yep.
All right, well, Dom, before we go, what is your favorite Thanksgiving dish as we wrap up?
Well, you know, I make a duck fat collard green.
A duck fat collard green?
Yes.
Woo! I love greens now.
Yeah, I make a meat. You know, I didn't know that. I make greens for my day every time I come home, so I have to make you some. Put some aside.
Oh shit! Two duck legs or that? Ooh,
no, I know. Whatever you looking up, that ain't my recipe.
But I'm just saying, I didn't even know that you can put duck thighs in there. 2 tablespoons of duck fat. Okay.
Yeah, so I use duck fat. But the meat, I'll still put turkey in there. But I just kind of let it. I don't break the turkey leg or turkey wing up. I don't dice it because ultimately it kind of just falls off as you
anyway. It's gonna be up in there.
Yeah, so I let it do that, or I just, you know, gently grab it where it's not in there at all. Cause some people don't like meat. But that I make really good macaroni and cheese too. So, but my sister is gonna do the macaroni because I learned this recipe from her anyway. So I was like, yeah, you do that. So that's it. Like I am and I like to mix my cornbread up in my
greens.
My greens. So that's
I'm not a mixer like that. I'm not a big mixer. I like my stuff separated most of the time.
Oh, so you a racist. Separate.
Yeah, I put little islands. I'll put some napkins in between. I make them little islands, little areas. You know what I'm saying? I don't like my green juice going into my other product. I don't like that going on my other product. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the candy yams to get up in the dressing.
I am not a dressing girl.
Huh?
I'm not a dressing girl.
Woo! That's my favorite is dressing in greens. I won't even eat turkey for real. I'll eat dressing in greens the whole time.
You know, my mom makes smoked turkey. And so I like a good smoked turkey. So someone is doing smoked turkey. So that's exciting. And here's the thing. I ain't gonna hold you. Mm-hmm. I really prefer ham over turkey, though.
I can get that.
Like a good ham, because that's the only time you're gonna eat something like that. Yeah. So that's it.
And a shout out to I need to at some point. I think I'm gonna do it for Christmas. Shout out to the great Popeyes for that Cajun.
I want that turkey so bad. So
yeah, I can't get every time I call in, they be sold out.
Man, because I think they take orders about a month in advance.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on it though. I'm actually I need to call now for Christmas.
Yeah,
for Christmas.
I do want to try that.
All right, well, thank y'all for listening to everything. Don, where can people hit you up at?
You can find me on wherever you search social network at St. Angeles.
Yeah, and then so anything coming up on the pod that people need to check out?
Oh, right now I have an episode out with my homeboy Larry. We spoke about this last week. I think I'm gonna start doing my episodes bi-weekly, like how y'all get paid. Mm-hmm. And see how that kind of goes for me. Because sometimes it's hard just to kind of get people, and I want to get like a first take and variety with new people or whatever. But I do have an episode I need to edit because retrograde, a lot of technical difficulties. Mm-hmm. Where I interview the writer producers of a short film that I saw actually at the Michaud Film Festival, and it's around grief and everything. So, but this one is funny. It was a funny short that was in Spanish, and it was about a guy.
Okay.
Yeah, it was about a guy. It's called El Llorón, and it is about a guy that people will hire to come and cry at their funerals, which is something that happens in the Latin culture.
People get hired to cry at your funeral?
Yes.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So it's like a whole thing, and it's really good. So, yeah.
All right. Well, thank y'all for listening. As always, we will be back. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody, and we will see y'all. Peace.
Don't eat too much because you got to lose that weight.